at a job interview, and so I was just thinking about, okay, let's see if I can remember this, because in my head it sounded so good. So we're always so scared, because they always say, oh, you've had so many, like, you've tried so many different jobs. Yeah, because I find out that, you know, I stumble into, like, these different professions, and they're like, you know, can you just not figure out what you want to do? And I do get bored easy. But I've also discovered that I come across, like, these different, like, completely different jobs. I've been a prison guard, I've been in procurement, I've worked at a bank, I've been a bus driver. The job I just went for the interview at was trash man. Like, all different things. Worked in restaurant industry. I mean, all different jobs. I used to be in staffing. Just all different kinds of jobs. And most people, they pick a career path and that's all they do for their whole life, because they feel like, well, if I change my profession, I won't be good at it. Of course you won't be good at it. Nobody is good at anything that they've never done before, because they've never done it before. They've never done it before. And the only way you can get good at something is if you practice it. And you have to practice something to get good at it. Nobody's ever good at something right off the bat. You have to practice it. And in order to practice something, you have to try it. And so, you know, so I'm thinking, and, you know, and it's so funny because I've been judged by so many people for doing all these different things, and I do different things all the time. I'm always I'll make a decision one day and be like, oh, I'm gonna move, or oh, I'm gonna, you know, just make a completely random change, and I'll just decide in one day, and then just, you know, do something completely crazy. And people are always like, you're so weird. Which, by the way, when somebody tells me I'm weird, I take that as a compliment. And a lot of people, like, I had said this to someone recently. It said someone that someone knew was weird, and they kept going, I can't believe you don't like them. And I'm like, I didn't say I didn't like them. I said they were weird. Like, that, I never said I didn't like them. Okay. Anyway, and so I'm just like, in order for anybody, okay, so people are so scared to ever do something new or try, you know, well, I'm scared to try that. I might not be good at it. You are never going to be good at anything you try for the first time. Ever. No one is ever good at anything, and you're going to always fail at it. That is part of it. That's always going to be part of the process. You're always going to fail at it, and you're going to continue to fail at it until you practice it and then start getting good at it. No one's ever good at anything the first time they try it. And it's so crazy because I've been programmed that way too, that we think that failure or hearing no or like roadblocks or stumbling or any kind of pushback on something is a sign that we shouldn't be doing that, or, you know, that's not for us, or, you know, wrong direction, shouldn't be doing that. It's a sign that we shouldn't be doing something. It's not. That's just a sign that we're growing, or, you know, a checkpoint type thing. For the longest time, my whole life, I always thought I was stupid. I wasn't stupid, I just wasn't trying. And I was too scared to ask questions. I was too scared to just be like, hey, I don't understand this. Because the way I learn things is I have to see it, hear it, and actually do it. And I didn't realize that that's completely normal. Of course, you can't build momentum by watching. You have to act. You have to actually do. Because I can watch someone do something, swimming. I can watch someone swim for all day long. But if I don't know how to swim, I have to jump in the water and practice. And to build my confidence in swimming, I have to get in the water and practice. And then the funny thing is, like, we just assume that people are confident in the things they do. Or, you know, you see a doctor and you're just like, oh, I wish I was that smart. Do you know how hard they had to work to become that? Oh, I think I missed my turn. Do you know how long and how, you know, the years of studying and school and hard work and determination, they didn't just get it handed to them. I mean, granted, you know, it costs a lot of money. But, like, I was a shitty student in high school. I didn't try hard. And, you know, when something got too hard for me, I usually quit. And I didn't usually completely follow through. Now, granted, I changed my mind a lot on stuff. And I find that fun. Oh, here we go. But in order to get confident in something, you have to do it a lot. And then it's not, like, when we're in it, we don't necessarily like feel like we're confident. We just know how to do it. But other people see that as we're confident in our skill or our craft. And we just see it, you know, us looking out is we just know what we're doing because we're used to it. But people on the outside looking in is, wow, they are so confident. And, you know, they're so confident in that. Like, I wish I, you know, had that talent. It's not necessarily a talent. We've just been doing it for so long, it's second nature. And so, like, I don't know, it just, like, I was just thinking about that. Like, anything in life, anything, cooking. You know, I've always said I suck at cooking. I don't find it enjoyable. But, you know, it's literally just following instructions. But, you know, if I did it enough, I'd get good at it because I would, hold on, I'm turning here. If I did it enough, I would get fairly good at it, you know. I'm trying to think, you know, I do yoga all the time, and, you know, people, you know, now people are like, I wish I was as good at, you know, as flexible as you. You know, wow, God, I wish I could do those poses. And it's like, you know, don't wish, practice. That's all, you know. I'm like, you know, I get up every morning at the ass crack of dawn, and you know, I would be a raving lunatic if I didn't get up and do my practice every day. And it's literally called a practice because I practice it every day. But so all these different things that I've done in my life, it was, you know. And it's so funny because people see it, people actually look down on it, but I'm like, you know, I can do all these different things. And I turned out, you know, I became good at them. And I have all these different skills. And so, you know, and I'm thinking, you know, when people say, you know, oh God, I wish you know, I would love to do this, but I wouldn't be good at it. I'm scared to try this because I would fail at it. Yeah, you're gonna, I promise. You're gonna fail at it and you're gonna suck. But if you keep at it, you're gonna get better. And then you're gonna stop sucking. And then you're gonna stop failing. And then you're gonna become mediocre. And then if you keep going, you're gonna become good at it. And then you're gonna become confident in it. And then it's gonna become second nature. And then people are gonna be like, oh, I wish I was as confident as that person in that thing. And that is all it takes. And that is literally anything, whether it's a profession or a sport or an art or anything in life. All it takes is you making that decision and trying it. That's all you have to do is take that one little step. And you are never going to just wake up one day and have confidence in something. You're just not. It's not how it works. And I don't know where it started in our lives where we developed this mindset that people are just born with confidence. Some people are born with confidence. My daughter, my oldest, the girl, like, you know, she's just a confident girl. not in everything, but some people are born with, they have like self-confidence. Okay, sure. But you are never going to have nobody has ever just woke up and been like, I'm confident that I could perform surgery. That is developed. You develop confidence. And then the funny thing is you don't even realize you're confident in something, but people see it in you. You just get good at it. Change the words. I wish I would, if people say, I wish I was as good at that as this person is. You don't have to wish it. Go start doing it. Fail at it. Go fail at it for a while. And then you'll start failing so much. And then you'll do it once and fail a bunch of times. And then you'll do it again. And then you fail less. And then that's all you have to do. You just gotta get out there and try it. Who gives a shit if you fail? Just like when babies start walking. Very rarely does a baby just stand up and start walking. They're gonna keep falling. But does a parent ever be like, oh, you fell? Well, you don't get to walk. You just keep going. And that's the fun in life. You get to try new things. You get to fail at them. That's a part of it. So, anyway, I don't know, I started thinking about that. And it's just so funny because so many people are so scared to try something. They're just so scared to try something. Because I'm so scared I'm going to fail or I'm going to be bad at it.